In a moment that was historic for both the country music industry and the entertainment sector in Southwest Florida, Luke Bryan made history by becoming the first major artist to perform at JetBlue Park at Fenway South, which is located in Fort Myers, Florida. This park is the spring training home of the Boston Red Sox teams. It was a warm evening in June 2025 when the country superstar entered the stage, transforming the baseball stadium into a lively performance venue for a night that will live long in the memory and etch his name into the annals of music history. Country music has entered a new stage. In the history of JetBlue Park, which is renowned for its pure fields and welcoming environment for families, a concert of this magnitude had never been held there before. The venue, which is often filled with the sound of bats hitting the bat and cheers for home runs, received almost 15,000 fans who were dressed in cowboy boots and plaid shirts and were ready to sing along to Bryan's tunes that were at the top of the charts. In an effort to broaden the range of activities available at the facility and to promote it as a leading destination for large-scale entertainment in the area, the Lee County Sports Complex and Live Nation made the courageous choice to host a major concert at the stadium. With the field being methodically transformed into a concert setup, the event was a triumph in terms of its logistical execution. A giant stage was constructed in the middle of the field, and the audience was dispersed around the infield and outfield grass, in addition to the permanent seating that was provided at the stadium. The renovation required careful planning in order to safeguard the playing field while also making room for the extensive lighting, sound systems, and visual screens that are essential for a show of Bryan's magnitude. When fans entered the stadium, they were met by an environment similar to that of a festival. Furthermore, there were food trucks, retail stalls, and pre-show activities that added to the excitement. Luke Bryan, the ideal headliner for any event. In order to officially inaugurate JetBlue Park as a venue for live performances, Luke Bryan was the perfect choice because of his contagious enthusiasm and his genuine charisma. Known for hits such as Country Girl, Shake It For Me, Play It Again, and Huntin', Fishin' and Lovin' Every Day, Bryan has built his career on connecting with fans via lyrics that are accessible and performances that are high energy. It is because of his ability to combine traditional country music with contemporary pop sensibilities that he has become a crossover phenomenon. He is able to appeal to a wide audience, which is just what the eclectic gathering that was gathered in Fort Myers needed. In the evening at 8 o'clock, Bryan ascended the stage and began the performance with the song That's My Kind of Night, which immediately ignited the audience. In order to demonstrate his development as an artist, the setlist was a carefully crafted collection of his most popular songs, songs that are popular among his fans, and songs from his most recent album. During the breaks between songs, Bryan told tales about his Georgia roots and expressed his gratitude for the chance to make history at JetBlue Park. As far as I'm concerned, I've performed in a number of different venues, but being the first to rock this stadium, the Jumbotron was illuminated by his characteristic grin as he explained to the cheering throng that what they were witnessing was truly remarkable. A major step forward for Fort Myers. For Fort Myers, a city that is better renowned for its beaches and atmosphere that is favorable to retirees than for its live music scene, the event was a big milestone. The redevelopment of JetBlue Park into a concert venue marks the beginning of a new era for the region, establishing it as a contender in the highly competitive world of live entertainment. Officials and business leaders in the area were quick to express their satisfaction with the event's success, pointing out that it has the potential to increase tourism and the economy of the area. Hotels in the vicinity reported an increase in bookings, and the restaurants and bars in the vicinity were bustling with activity as a result of the large number of fans that came to town to watch the historic concert. The event also brought attention to the expanding impact of country music in markets that are not traditionally associated with it. Even though Nashville and Texas continue to be the heartlands of the genre, singers such as Bryan have broadened its reach by bringing their music to new parts of the country while simultaneously expanding its reach. Despite the fact that Fort Myers is home to a diverse population that includes snowbirds, families, and young professionals, the crowd was extremely receptive,
was a celebration
as
of
evidenced
music
by
and
their camaraderie
enthusiastic
for those who were fans of the band. A significant number of people arrived early to tailgate in the parking lots, which is a tribute to the lifestyle of country music that Bryan epitomizes. People who had been followers of country music for their whole lives, casual listeners who were drawn to Bryan because of his popular appeal, and curious locals who were anxious to see the venue's first major event were all present. An intimate yet electrifying environment was created by the open-air setting of the stadium, which was cooled by a mild wind from the Gulf of Mexico during the June night. There was a flurry of activity on social media from guests, with hashtags such as Luke at JetBlue and Fenway South trending specifically in the region. Those who attended the event expressed their satisfaction with the sound quality, the visibility of the stage from a variety of vantage points, and the event's flawless organization. One person who was present, who was originally from Fort Myers, wrote on the website, "Never thought I'd see a show like this in my hometown. Visiting JetBlue Park with Luke Bryan. Astounding." The emotional connection that Bryan established throughout the night was captured in a video that was recently uploaded by another fan. The video showed the crowd moving to the song "Drink a Beer." The making of history, a look behind the scenes. In order to arrive at this historic concert, there were several obstacles to overcome. Live Nation, the Boston Red Sox organization, and local officials were all involved in the planning process that took place over the course of several months in order to transform a baseball stadium into a music venue. The configuration of the stage had to take into account sightlines in order to guarantee that spectators in the upper decks had an equally clear view as those on the field. At the same time as safety protocols were put in place to manage the enormous crowd, sound experts worked overtime to maximize the acoustics in a facility that was not initially built for live music. Also playing a significant part in the development of the event was Bryan and his team. He is well known for his hands-on style, and the singer worked along with the organizers to make sure that the event was a reflection of his idea of an experience that was enjoyable, welcoming, and unforgettable. His tour crew, which has years of experience performing in arenas and festivals, adapted to the one-of-a-kind layout of JetBlue Park, resulting in a production that was on par with that of any big musical venue. A legacy that is being created. The fact that Luke Bryan's performance at JetBlue Park was so successful has spurred enthusiasm about the venue's potential to become a destination for concerts in the future. The organizers are already in the process of negotiating with notable performers from a variety of genres, including hip-hop, rock, and pop, to bring them to the stadium. Other spring training facilities across the country have been motivated to undertake similar projects as a result of the event, which has the potential to reshape the landscape of live music in settings that are not traditionally associated with those venues. The night was a career milestone for Bryan, adding to his position as one of the most prominent musical figures in the country music industry. It is a testament to his ongoing fame and impact that he is able to attract a large audience to a setting that has not been tried before. Following the conclusion of the performance with an encore of Sweet Caroline, which was a tribute to the fact that Fenway Park is located in Boston, the joyful response of the audience indicated that JetBlue Park had officially arrived as a venue for concerts. Take a look ahead. The feeling of history continued to linger in the air as the lights were turned down and the crowd left the venue. More than just a concert, Luke Bryan's appearance at JetBlue Park at Fenway South was a bold step forward for Fort Myers, for country music, and for the imaginative use of sports stadiums. The concert was a concert. A high standard has been established for future events as a result of the success of the event, and fans are already demanding more. For the time being, Bryan's name will be inextricably linked to the first concert that took place at JetBlue Park. This event was a moment that brought together music, community, and a dash of country swagger. One thing was abundantly evident as he exited the stage and waved to the crowd that was cheering. This was just the beginning for JetBlue Park as a new home for live music in Southwest Florida.